"Oh, I see the house finally sold," the woman said, stepping from her pristine porch with a smile that felt more curious than welcoming. Christopher was in the middle of his move, his arms straining under the weight of a heavy box, the moving truck half unloaded behind him. Before we continue, if you are watching our video for the first time, please bless and support us by hitting that subscribe button and comment where you are watching from. When he heard her voice, he set the box down and turned with a tired but friendly grin. "Yeah," Christopher replied, wiping a bead of sweat from his forehead. "Just closed on it last week." The woman, likely in her mid-50s, kept the fixed smile, but her eyes scanned him up and down with an expression that didn't match. "Are the owners home?" she asked, her tone light and casual. Christopher let out a small chuckle. "You're looking at him," he said, still smiling. Her laugh was sharp, a sudden burst of disbelief. "You wish," she scoffed, dropping the friendly pretense. "No offense, but I mean, how could someone like you possibly afford a place in this neighborhood?" Before we continue, tell us where you're from in the comments. And if you believe people deserve respect regardless of their appearance, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button for more stories. Before Christopher could even process the comment, another man walked out of the house carrying an empty box. "Oh, you must be the owner," she said, her voice instantly perking up. "I'm Amanda, your new neighbor." The man paused. "Nah, I'm just helping my buddy here get his things from the truck." He gave Christopher a quick nod. "That's the last of it, boss." Christopher passed him a cash tip. "Appreciate it, man." Amanda blinked, her face frozen. "Wait, so you're the owner?" Christopher just looked back at her. "Things aren't always what they seem," he said, before turning and carrying a box inside. "Have you ever had someone write your entire story before they even learned your name?" Back inside her own house, Amanda carefully set a small, empty watch case on her kitchen island. A few moments later, she shrieked. Christopher was standing in her living room. "What are you doing in my house?" she yelled. "Whoa, sorry," Christopher said, putting his hands up. "I just came to borrow." "Help! Somebody help!" Her son emerged from the pantry holding a bag of flour. "Mom, relax. He just came to borrow this." Christopher nodded. "Couldn't find ours with all the unpacking. My friends are on their way to celebrate. Hope it's not a problem." He offered a polite smile and walked out. Amanda whirled on her son. "How could you just let him in here? People like that are not to be trusted." Meanwhile, Christopher was back home with his two friends. The music was low. The conversation relaxed as they sat on the couch with a few drinks, unwinding after a long day. There was no wild party, no shouting, no disruption. But across the street, Amanda was peering through her blinds, fuming. "This is exactly what I was worried about," she muttered, pacing her living room. "Letting thugs take over our quiet street, blasting their loud music. I'm putting an end to this right now." She stormed across her lawn and banged on Christopher's front door with her fist. He opened it with the same calm demeanor. "Hey, Amanda, is everything okay?" she exploded. "What in the world is going on here? You can't do this in this neighborhood." Christopher looked genuinely confused. "I'm sorry. Do what exactly?" This out-of-control block party. I knew the second people like you moved in, there would be trouble." "People like me?" Christopher's voice lost its warmth. "Criminals and thugs," she snapped. She stormed back to her house, fuming, and immediately dialed 911. "Yes, I need police right away," she said into the phone. "My new neighbors are having a raging party, keeping the whole block awake with their awful music." 15 minutes later, two officers knocked on Christopher's door. Before they could speak, Amanda rushed out of her house. "Officers, thank goodness you're here," she exclaimed, pointing dramatically at Christopher. "These people have been partying all night. Some of us have jobs to get to in the morning." The officers turned to him. "Sir, is this your residence?" Amanda jumped in again. "He's not the owner, he's a renter. And a thief. He stole my watch. I saw it on his wrist. He was inside my house earlier. He must have grabbed it then. He can't afford a watch like that." The officer glanced at Christopher. "Sir, is that your watch?" Christopher nodded calmly. "It is. Just give me a moment. I can clear all this up." He went back inside. "Have you ever had someone try to ruin your life with absolutely no proof?" He returned holding a folder. "No one stole your watch," he said to Amanda. "First, you said people like me couldn't afford to live here, but this deed shows I own this house, paid for in cash." Amanda's eyes narrowed. "See, only a criminal carries that much cash." Christopher continued, unfazed. "I'm a jeweler. I own 5 of the largest jewelry stores in this state." Just then, her son walked out of Christopher's house. On his wrist was the very watch Amanda had reported stolen. She froze. "Is that the watch you claimed he stole?" an officer asked. Amanda's face went white. I don't know where to begin," she finally stammered, her voice trembling. "I was wrong. I'm so sorry." Christopher looked at her. "It happens. Hopefully, you've learned a lesson." He stepped back inside, closing the door softly. Sometimes, respect isn't demanded. It's quietly revealed through truth and character.